Good morning. Welcome to Weller Does Delmarva. Jim Weller not here today. Dan Gaffney filling in here at the Laurel Junction. We're brought to you today by a whole host of great people, but we're at the Laurel Junction inside Chef Fred's Cafe. This is a perfect place, and I can understand why Jim Weller would be here. It's a perfect Jim Weller kind of place. There's some money changing hands around here, folks. 25 acres. Indoor, outdoor shopping, indoor flea market, outdoor flea market. People are set up outside. We are in Laurel, Delaware, Route 13 at Route 9. We'll tell you more about it coming up. We have a lot of things planned for you today here on Weller Does Delmarva. Colin Walls is here. He is the man responsible for the TV station you are watching right now, TV Delmarva.
That's right. Yeah.
Tell me what channel we're on. Tell us, just so I know.
Channel 14 over the air.
14.
Point your antenna towards Seaford.
All right, that's how it works.
That's how it works.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about TV Delmarva and Walls Service Center.
What?
But TV Delmarva, we're on Channel 14. Tell your friends, you're already watching, but tell your friends to point their antennas towards Seaford.
Right. Well, and you could be watching on Facebook or one of 6 or 7 Facebook pages, or you could be watching on YouTube. So if you're looking for over the air is making a huge comeback in television. Before, one channel was one channel.
Right.
Now with the digital television, one channel is, I've seen as many as 12 channels.
Love it.
On one channel. So it's your regular channel plus sub-channels.
I want to get into another topic with you, but will you tell me about your weather channel?
A weather channel. So channel 14 for Delmarva WX. Now that's over-the-air channel 14.4. You can also find it at tvdelmarva.com. Click the Watch Live button. Roku, Amazon Fire Stick. Check those places. But it's 24/7 locally programmed news. And we're going to hear from the man responsible for actually putting all that together here in a little bit, Hunter Outten, Chief Meteorologist for TV Delmarva.
Looking forward to talking with him about the weather. He told me we were in a false fall.
Right, yes.
And I don't know what that means, but we'll find out.
Well, I can tell you this. We're looking for a sponsor for the false fall. So if you want to be the false fall sponsor, we can make that happen.
Before we get on the radio show on Delaware 105.9, I want to take a minute to talk about how I first met Colin. I first met Colin getting my car repaired at Walls Service Center.
Right.
And I still go there with all of our cars, our used cars. My family takes their vehicles there. Tell us about Walls Service Center.
Do you remember what vehicle you had first worked on there?
I don't. It might have been a Suburban.
No.
A minivan.
BOT. Isn't that what you called it?
I can't remember.
Big orange truck.
Oh, big orange truck. Yes. It's my son's truck. BOT, big orange truck.
Yeah.
He needed something done. He was deployed.
Fuel pump, I think.
Yeah, he was deployed at the time, and I was taking care of it.
Yeah.
But look, and ever since then, we've been going back in Milford, Delaware.
Milford, Delaware, downtown Milford, right next to Bicentennial Park, which we're going to talk about an event going on there next weekend later on in the show. But, Wall Service Center, downtown Milford, right next to Bicentennial Park, across from Benvenuto and Gigante there. But we've been working on cars for 63 years.
Everyone wants to know, how does the guy who is in the auto repair business get into the TV business?
Good question. I don't even know. I don't even know.
It's something you were interested in.
I was interested in it, and I've always done electronic type stuff, and, I just kind of fell into it, as they say, right?
I think it shows. You
just fell into it. It shows you have no background in this, Colin.
What I meant was,
I know.
It shows that you have a skill set in working on things, which gets you into the technical aspect of television.
Right. Figuring out how things work. That's the main thing. Yeah, figuring out how it works and how to put it together and how to take it apart.
So how do people make an appointment to get an oil change or any other service done if something's wrong with their vehicle?
Wall Service Center, Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 8, or 7:30 to 5, sorry. Yeah. I just set Colin up for 3 hours of overtime.
Oh, right. The guys had a little panic.
7:30 to 5, Monday through Friday. Give us a call, 302-422.
Gonna have to hire another guy.
8110, right. There's the number right there on the screen. It'll be on the screen.
422-8110.
Yeah, it'll be on the screen throughout the show.
Watching television,
Yes.
How do I point to that?
Is that stage left or stage right?
It's on the screen if you're watching television.
That's right. So,
okay. So what's next here? We get ready to go on the radio.
We're going to be going on the radio here shortly.
We are at the Laurel Junction. Dan Gaffney in for Jim Weller. This is Weller Does Delmarva. And
Yeah.
for more information, go to wellers.com on Weller Does Delmarva. Will you come back? You'll come back.
I'll be
right?
back, yeah. Yep.
All right, we're getting ready to go live on the radio. Good morning. We are on Delaware 1059. This is Weller Does Delmarva. And guess what? I'm not Jim Weller. Dan Gaffney here, filling in for Jim Weller. We're on the radio now? All right, here we are, Delaware 1059. It was so nice, we got to say it twice. Dan Gaffney in for Jim Weller today at the Laurel Junction. Inside Chef Fred's Cafe, the Laurel Junction, here on Route 9 at 13. What an amazing place. I was just telling our TV audience, and now I'll tell you on the radio, this is outlandish and fun. 25 acres of commerce going on here. Inside and outside, flea market, shopping, shops, food. We're going to have a good time here today. I'm glad you're tuning in on the radio here at Delaware 1059. Happy to be in for Jim Weller. Coming up, I want you to meet our first guest, Eddie Sherman. This guy is unbelievable, an incredibly talented musician. We're going to meet him after we hear from one of Jim's first sponsors here. This is I'll Be There Cleaning and Care. And right after this message, Eddie Sherman joins us. We'll be right back.
It's me again, everybody. Hello there, Jim Weller here. And just saying again, thanks so much. It means a lot to me that you've joined us in person at Laurel Junction, or you're watching on TV Delmarva, or listening on Delaware 1059, or Facebook, or YouTube. I appreciate you watching the show, okay? I'm not feeling good. That's why I'm not there this week. Thank you, Dan Gaffney, for doing the show. I sincerely appreciate it. And I hopefully will be back next week, Lord willing, okay? All right, so with all that said, let's do another sponsor segment. And this is my my cleaning lady. Her name is Dawn Kennedy. And Dawn, I think you had a birthday this week, so happy birthday to Dawn. But she does house cleaning. So she cleans offices, she cleans houses. She, like if you're a contractor and you need somebody to clean a new house that you just got done, or you're a realtor and you've got a house, you want to put it on the market and you want it nice and spick and span. Dawn is very particular, very neat, very orderly, and she will help you out. She also cleans campers, like travel trailers, on the inside, not the outside, same way with motorhomes. So she's very, very finicky, and she likes things just right. So she's just telling me to promote her as a very particular, dependable person that does cleaning, okay? So whether you got your office or your business or your showroom or whatever you may need, if you want to deal with somebody that's hands-on, she's the owner, operator, and she's on the scene, Dawn will do a good job for you. It's called I'll Be There Cleaning and Care, okay? I've had a lot of people that have dealt with her and talked to her that have talked to me and said they've been happy with her. Her number's 302-362-7604. That's 302-362-7604. I'll Be There Cleaning and Care. And she goes anywhere from, where did she tell me she goes? Oh, I know it's here. I think it's from like Fenwick Island to Smyrna. That's what she said, Fenwick Island to Smyrna, and everywhere in between. So anyway, check her out, give her a call, like her Facebook page. She's also a herbalist, so she puts some tips on there and things like that. Always looking for more people to help her clean. So if you are out there and you're looking for something to do, or you're looking for a part-time job with excellent pay, if you're particular and precise, you give Dawn a call and she may just hire you, all right? So anyway, that's that. I'll Be There Cleaning and Care, 302-362-7064. Now, I'm going to go. I'll be back. See ya. Bye.
He might be down, but he's not out. That's Jim Weller. Thank you, Jim. Eddie Sherman is here talking about the True Blue Jazz Festival. Hello, Eddie. How are you?
Dan, good morning to you, and thanks to Jim and the folks that put Weller Does Delmarva together.
I know, it's pretty fun.
It's amazing, and thank you for having us.
When did you fall in love with jazz? I want to talk about this festival that's coming up next month, but when did you fall in love with jazz music?
I sort of swung over to it mid-'80s, I guess. I mean, you know, the big band thing was always attractive or interesting to me, and played it, you know, some of those charts in high school band. But working the rock and soul stuff since sixth grade. By the time we got to the 80s and where things were going, I sort of left off of that and started listening to the old big band stuff, and of course then you get for me the vocalists that are working in that, and just that's really what took me there.
And you now have this True Blue Jazz Festival where some of the biggest names in the genre come to the Rehoboth area. Tell us about the festival, when it is, and a little bit on how we can participate. And for those who are watching on TV Delmarva, while he is telling you this on the radio, I am holding up a little flyer for True Blue Jazz, little visual aid.
Nicely done.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Go ahead and tell us about
Yeah, it's our 9th anniversary, and we're, for the past 8 years, we've been in downtown Rehoboth, focused on sort of resurrection of the community jazz festival. As that old festival started, you really could walk from venue to venue. A lot of the restaurant bars and music on the streets and that kind of thing. But time passes, things change.
Sure.
And we put this together in 2013 and have been rolling on with it ever since in downtown Rehoboth. But this year, by popular demand and request of some vendors, as things change, we've got some actual venues that have opened up in Lewis, and
nice.
we're going to be out there this year.
I see
in
a whole
4
list
venues.
of places that are participating here, and you have some great entertainers coming in. The website is truebluejazz.org, truebluejazz.org. Can you tell me about, before we take a short break here, tell me about Bobby Watson, one of your headliners.
Bobby Watson is an alto sax player. Has been around in the business for 40 plus years, probably has that many albums, and is a great aficionado of Charlie Parker, and sort of plays in that style, but he's certainly his own man. He was the longest tenured member and music director of Art Blakey's Jazz Messengers, and Bobby's going to be joining us with a great trio backing him up on Friday, October 15th at the Boardwalk Plaza, where we do our headliner shows, and 2 shows, 7:30 and 9:30. So
people need to know these are live. There are some virtual events, but these are live.
Well, this year,
as well?
2020, we did 2 nights of virtual jazz. This year, we're all live.
Oh,
we're
great.
all live.
truebluejazz.org, October 13th through the 17th. Amazing.
You are correct.
Will you tell us about some of the other headliners after we take a short break? We're going to hear from Jim Weller here. We love Peninsula Chiropractic, and here's Jim to tell us a little bit more. And we'll be back with Eddie Sherman talking about the True Blue Jazz Fest right after Jim.
It's Jim Weller again, and I can't thank you enough for watching the show. I would like to say, if you would share it, if you're watching on Facebook and could share the show, I'd appreciate that. And I want to say thanks to everybody that made the show happen in my absence. I miss being there, no question, but I appreciate everybody that got the job done. So I want to talk about another sponsor of mine. It's Peninsula Chiropractic. You hear me talk about Dr. T, Dr. Bud every week, and I meet people that say, I go there, and man, they do a good job. They act like they really care. They do. When you call on the telephone to make an appointment, you're going to find out that, wow, they're very accommodating. They try to work with your schedule to get you in. They accept most insurances. So if you need a chiropractor, Dr. T, who is Dr. Trillia, he's the owner, and then Dr. Bud, who works with him, between the two of them, they will get the kinks out. They're really good at what they do. Tons of personality. It's like a wellness center. I love going there. So whether it's for your back, your neck, your wrist, your shoulder, your knee, or whatever, you give Peninsula Chiropractic Center a call at 302-629-4344. 302-629-4344. Look them up on Facebook. They're very active there. Tell them I sent you. They'll do you a good job. All right? Y'all take care. I'll be back in a little bit. That's a promise, not a threat. I'll be back. See ya. Bye.
Weller Does Delmarva. Jim is off today. Dan Gaffney filling in for Jim. Great to be here at the Laurel Junction. I want you to know some of the things that we're doing today. Let's play what Jim calls the show collage. Here we go.
Martin of Martin's Water Treatment joins us. Rosa Gostley of Weller's Utility Trailers chats. Cory Shaffer shares about the fallen officer memorial benefit. Dennis and Gail Jones of Sea Care Solution drop by. 2022 U.S. House candidate Lee Murphy visits. TV Delmarva's Colin Walls of Walls Service Center checks in. We are live from the Laurel Junction and Chef Fred's Cafe in Laurel, Delaware. And now, here's your host.
Your host, Jim Weller.
But you're not.
I think about 10% of that collage is correct, if you're keeping track on the radio or at home. We're talking with Eddie Sherman here about True Blue Jazz Fest coming up. Lewis, Rehoboth, and some venues in Lewis, right, or some participants in Lewis. And we heard about Bobby Watson. I know you've got many, many performers. I do want you to talk about some of your other headliners, though.
Yeah, well, I mean, our next, Saturday night show at Boardwalk Plaza. This young man here, who's just 30 years old, is a third-generation jazz musician out of Pittsburgh, Benny Benack III, and he is an outstanding trumpet player, vocalist, just fireball entertainer, and he's got this lovely young vocalist, Cyril Aimé, coming in. She's a French gypsy jazz vocalist. She's the icing on the cake coming in his show. So that's going to be Saturday night, the 16th at Boardwalk Plaza. And then, as you see on this hot off the presses latest poster here, right here, it says 40 plus 40, I say, 40, same age as you. 40 plus ticketed and free venues around Rehoboth and Lewis.
This is something that does benefit students in the area.
Absolutely.
Too, right? People who are studying music and have a true passion for it at the student level. Tell us how this helps out.
Well, a big driver for True Blue Jazz is our Youth Jazz Initiative, and we start the week off and have been starting off on Wednesdays at Bethany Blues, and they'll give over their club to True Blue Jazz on Wednesday, the 13th, from 6 to 9, and it's free to the public to come on in, and it's our student jazz musicians take the stage from all the grade levels. I think we've got a group coming in from Caesar Rodney High School coming down, and Christy Taylor of Taylor Music, who is a great
wonderful teacher.
Yeah, she's a great jazz educator. She's got a group of kids she's bringing in, so we're gonna have a great night of kids, on stage playing jazz to kick off the festival. And we give kids the opportunity to take the performance stage, not just Wednesday night, Saturday when we do our big band jazz marathon from noon to 6 at the Rehoboth Fire Department. 3 big bands plus a Hammond B3 trio, just burning it down in there all afternoon. It's a $30 ticket. You can get that at truebluejazz.org or at the door when you're walking on the streets and you hear the great jazz blowing down. But
yes,
the important point of that fire department show, Big Band Jazz Marathon, is all the proceeds are donated back to the fire department.
Love it.
Yes.
October 13th through the 17th, right. truebluejazz.org. Will the Eddie Sherman Show be performing?
The Eddie Sherman Show featuring Peggy Raley. I know people are going, but where's herself?
Right. Where's the better half?
Peggy is, and then some. Peggy is got a full plate here at the Nassau Valley Vineyards. They're right in the middle of harvest. Her farm market every Sunday, and just the ongoing business. It's been just crazy business for everybody this summer here at the beach. But she's had she's got a full plate today, so she could not join me here to talk about True Blue Jazz. But she and I will be doing our closing brunch bash at the Pines. They're on Baltimore Avenue, second floor showroom, and those tickets are available. We actually have 2 ticketed shows with 2 free shows. Christy Taylor there on Friday and Saturday, but on Thursday night we've got a great group coming in from Philadelphia, Aaron Graves Quartet with fantastic vocalist Denise King, and then our brunch show on Sunday, 2 seatings, 11 to 3:30, I think it is, and those tickets you have to go to thepinesrb.com.
The True Blue Jazz website, I'm sure you have a schedule of all the things that
Yes,
are
we do.
happening. Where, just like in this wonderful guidebook that they also have, this is a big event and a lot of planning, obviously, a lot of money involved here to bring in these
All these
acts.
venues, all the schedules that relate to all of these venues, whether they're free or ticketed, are available on our website under Local and Live. If you click on that tab, you're gonna see that full scope schedule.
Let me ask you something else. This might be like choosing a favorite child, if you had several kids. But do you agree or disagree? Is Kind of Blue by Miles Davis the greatest jazz record ever?
It is certainly noted as that. Yes, I think it probably, if it's not the greatest, it ranks up there. Again, with the big band thing for me.
It's a little different genre, right?
Well, yeah, it is. It is.
A little different
But
form of jazz.
It's fantastic, and it is, as many say, the greatest jazz record ever. But I'm give me the Count Basie Orchestra
Okay.
anytime.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Count Basie is hard to beat.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. So that's where your personal heart lies.
Yeah.
In that pre-50s, right?
Oh, I would
Maybe.
say, all of their work, up into the 60s, one of the greatest recordings ever is Sinatra at the Sands, not just because it's Sinatra, but Sinatra at the Sands with the Basie Orchestra in 1966. And, that's just a
There
killer,
you go.
a
There you
killer
go.
album.
We like to know what's on Eddie Sherman's top list, right? That's a
is.
good one.
That's way on top
Look,
of
you
it,
love
yeah.
jazz music and you want to be exposed to a lot of great players, top notch. Go to truebluejazz.org. We thank you. Thanks, Eddie.
My pleasure.
Good to talk to you
Great
here
to be
on.
with you this morning. Thank you, guys.
Good to have you here.
Thank
Weller Does Delmarva. Dan Gaffney in for Jim Weller today. We are at the Laurel Junction at Chef Fred's Cafe. Got the coffee on, and where's the Laurel Junction? Route 9 at Route 13 in Laurel, Delaware. One of Jim's sponsors, Luff and Associates. It's Jim's accountant, and he loves telling you about Luff and Associates. Here's Jim. Let's find out.
Hey, everybody, here's another sponsor segment, and I want to say thanks a lot to you, my audience, especially those folks there in person at Laurel Junction. Good morning. And also for all of you watching, whether it's on TV or radio or Facebook or YouTube or wherever, thanks a lot. I appreciate your support. This is a sponsor of mine. It's my friend Kevin Short, Mid-South Audio. A lot of people know about Kevin, have heard me talk about him, but it's like an electronic superstore. So if you need a speaker or an amp, or you need a microphone or a microphone stand or a nice set of headphones or any kind of lighting or audio visual things, he can help you out. They have a lot of stuff in stock so you could touch it and feel it and see what it's like. I found him to be just as competitive as buying online, but the nice thing about Mid-South Audio is you can see it and they'll explain it and they'll help you. Okay, the absolute opposite of buying online. They give you good quality service. I mean, any kind of service is better than online, but at Mid-South Audio, they give you all the service you need. So anyway, give them a call at 302-856-6993. That's 856-6993. Works best if you dial it in that order. MidSouthAudio.com on the web and like them on Facebook. Thank you all. I'll see you. Take care. Bye.
All right, Jim Weller with Mid-South Audio, but also one of Jim's great sponsors, Luff and Associates. We just want to give them a shout out. Dan Gaffney in for Jim Weller today. Different to do Jim's show, a lot different than doing my own radio show. Actually, there are about 6 or 7 people helping. And in the background that you cannot hear or see if you're watching on TV Delmarva, helping out and putting this show together. It is really quite amazing. Also amazing, this location where Jim does the show. Perfect for Jim Weller. There are bargains, bargain shopping, bargain making, bargain spending, all throughout this place. All right, the Laurel Junction is on Route 13 at Route 9, and there is an outdoor flea market going on. These folks were out there setting up before daylight. They're out there with their trucks unloading, getting ready to meet people. Inside, we have all of these interesting shops, regular sort of booths, fascinating place. The man who owns this whole operation, Mike Mercer, interesting guy to talk to about what he's got going on here. He's going to come up a little later on the show today. Have you heard of the 5-second rule? When you drop a piece of food on the ground, 5-second rule, like you can eat it. If you've ever had your doubts about the 5-second rule, they've now studied it. Rutgers studied this, and it showed that the food dropped on the floor can actually get pretty germy, even if you scoop it up before 5 seconds. Just want to let you know. Researchers did this. They dropped 4 foods: watermelon, gummy candy, bread, and buttered bread. They dropped it onto 4 different surfaces. All right? Steel, ceramic tile, wood, and carpet. Did you ever drop a piece of food on the carpet? 5-second rule. I can eat it. Anyway. But they had these surfaces contaminated with a harmless relative of salmonella. They got the bacteria, and they put it on there. The food was allowed to remain in contact with the surface for 1 second, 5 seconds, 30 seconds, or 300 seconds. This is high science. Follow the science, everyone. So they would let it sit there, and then they would remove, and they tested it to see if it had become contaminated with the germs. All right? Now, surprisingly, the steel surface and the tile surface transferred the most bacteria, more than the wood or the carpet. The transfer rates from the wood, variable. By the way, watermelon showed the greatest contamination. When they drop watermelon, it sucks up the contaminants. Gummy candies, the least. I don't know why. You would think they were sticky, like stuff would stick to it, but I guess not. Back in 2012, San Diego State University researchers determined bacteria can attach itself to food in much less than 5 seconds. And in 2010, scientists at Clemson also found bacteria was transferred from tabletops and floors to food within 5 seconds. So no go on the 5-second rule, as far as I know. Want to let you know about an event coming up today. The folks, a committee of folks have put together a 20th anniversary of 9/11, and this is going to be at the Cheer Center in Georgetown, Delaware. I just want to give a little plug for this. The Cheer Center on Route 9 and Sand Hill Road in Georgetown. They'll have a car show there, fire trucks and everything on display all afternoon. But if you would like to be there for the presentations and the speeches, that's at 5 o'clock. We'll be right back on the radio here at Delaware 1059. Continuing on here, we have taken a break for the radio audience, and we're continuing here on TV Delmarva and on YouTube and on Facebook, and we're bringing in Colin Walls to talk about TV Delmarva and Walls Service Center.
Yeah.
When we last spoke, Colin, we were talking about making an appointment at Walls Service Center in Milford, Delaware. Mm-hmm. Tell us the kind of work that you do. Give us an idea.
Well, we do all kinds of work, repairs on cars. We do everything, but pretty much alignments, tires, and engine rebuilds.
Okay.
So pretty much everything else we do at Walls Service
Air
Center.
conditioning
Air
service.
conditioning, yeah.
It's going to be 90 on Monday. I heard this from Hunter.
Right.
The
False fall and Sunday.
Yes, and it'll be second summer or what have you.
Right.
So I don't know. We'll learn about that later, but it's supposed to get warm again. Your air conditioning is not going to fix itself.
Yeah, well, and I think people try that too. So, they, like the end of last year, maybe the air conditioner quit, and they say, well, maybe it'll fix itself over the winter, and they find out in the spring it did not fix itself.
Right.
But we can fix it at Wall Service Center. We do air conditioning work all the time. That's one of our main things we do in the summertime. We do lots and lots and lots of it. Yesterday we had a Milford Police Tahoe in there, so we do a lot of work for things like that. Fleets. If you've got a fleet, we can take care of it. We do the Delaware State contract, the fleet services contract, so we have that. So we're well versed in taking care of fleets for you, from air conditioning work to any kind of routine maintenance we can do on it at Walls Service Center.
How do we reach Walls Service Center?
Give us a call Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 5, 422-8110, 302-422-8110.
Hey, just to look ahead.
Yeah.
Right next to you, next weekend, what's happening?
Oh, that's the Riverwalk Freedom Festival downtown Milford. So huge event, fireworks at night, concerts all day long. Some of these are going to be broadcast on TV Delmarva. So check in with us. I believe our broadcast starts at 6 p.m. next week. So live broadcast. And where else over-the-air television on Delmarva can you find live broadcasts like this, and special events? TV Delmarva, that's the only place. Channel 14 over-the-air.
I like what you're doing with it.
Yeah, I like it too. So we're having fun with it. Oh, and I want to talk about right after this show, so right after Jim's show, Dan's filling in today, we've got a 9/11 special. So it's kind of a look back.
On TV Delmarva.
Yeah, it's from Music and the Spoken Word, which is a Mormon Tabernacle Choir kind of production that they do every year. And it's kind of a look back and, just some of the memories that people have of it. And do we have that clip ready to go? We've got a little promo here we'll play for you.
Yeah, sure.
Hi, I'm Jane Clayson Johnson. Join me for a musical commemoration of September 11th, featuring the world-renowned Tabernacle Choir and Orchestra at Temple Square, and Tony Award winner Kristen Chenoweth. It's an inspiring opportunity to look back and remember the day we will never forget. 9/11, coming together, a Music in the Spoken Word special broadcast.
So that's it, and that's coming up following this show right here, 9 o'clock this morning. Check it out. It's I watched it, I previewed it, to see if it's something we wanted to play on TV Delmarva, and it's very, very well done. Which all the stuff the music and the spoken word does is well done.
TV Delmarva, channel 14 over the air. Point your antenna towards Seaford. Also, more information at tvdelmarva.com. If you're listening on the internet and you want to know about this TV channel, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Watching on the internet, right?
Right, yeah. So you can also find us on Roku. Just search for TV Delmarva and tvdelmarva.com. You're just going to click that Watch Live Feeds button. You can watch all 4 of our channels right there.
So, filling in for Jim Weller today, what is the protocol for breakfast? What normally happens
He eats
here?
before he goes on the air.
He
Dan.
does?
Yeah, so...
All right, well, I'm out of luck, it looks like. Unless I eat on the air sometime.
Well, yeah, you can eat on the air.
All right, very good.
Yeah, nobody will know when you're on the radio and TV.
Right, well, it's the TV part that gets me, right?
Right.
We're coming back on the radio soon, right?
We're getting
All
there,
right,
getting close.
In a minute. Again, anything else you want to mention about TV Delmarva in terms of a plug here in the few seconds before we get back on the radio?
If you have a business and you're interested in advertising, I like to say we have some of the best values on Delmarva for advertising. So we're going to reach a lot of people, and you're going to get it at a great price. So get up with me directly, Colin Walls, 302-242-8015. Call or text me. I'll take a text until 9 o'clock. After that, you can give me a call, 302-242-8015.
Because you're still asleep right now? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, this is pre-recorded. No, it's not. I'm over there working on things. So, so I'll take a text until 9, but call me after that.
All right. Laurel Junction and Chef Fred's Cafe, the location for Weller Does Delmarva. Dan Gaffney here. For more information on Jim's shop, Weller's Utility Trailers, visit wellers.com. How close are we on radio, guys? All right. We'll be there in just a moment. Jimmy Weller will be our guest when we return on the radio. We're telling this for our TV viewers. I can tell because a man with a beard has just sat down. The last time I saw Jimmy Weller, he did not have a beard. So we'll have to talk about the beard, among other things. And it's very good that he stopped by today because we have parting gifts for all of our guests, beard oil. And so very convenient for you, Jimmy. All right. So we're pausing, coming back on the radio momentarily here. Taking a picture. All right. Taking a photo. It's great to be here, by the way. I just want to thank Jim Weller for having us sit in. If you're watching on TV, you're like, what is this show? Well, every week, Weller Does Delmarva, 7 a.m. till 9 with Jim Weller. And we are getting ready to go back on the radio. Welcome back to Weller Does Delmarva here on Delaware 105.9. Weller Does Delmarva, heard every morning at this time. Jim Weller not in. Dan Gaffney filling in today on Jim's program. It's great to have Jimmy Weller here, though.
Glad to be here.
How are you, Jimmy?
Great.
It's been a long time.
It has. You look great.
You look great, too.
Well, thanks.
I was sitting here, and a man with a beard came and sat down next to me. And it startled me for a moment because I didn't recognize you. The last time I saw you, you did not have this killer and very manly beard.
Yep. Started it about 2 years ago, thanks to my fiance.
Yeah?
This is her doing.
Wow. And I told the TV audience during the break on the radio that it's really great that you're here because we have a nice parting gift for all of our guests today, and it happens to be beard oil. And so,
Can't have too much beard oil.
do you use that product?
Not as much as I should, but yes.
All right. Jimmy, it's great to see you again. Can you tell us what's happening? I'm kidding around, of course, but you do look a little different. And you look good. So can you tell us a little bit about Weller's Utility Trailers and what your role is there these days and about what's happening at the store?
Yep. Weller's is under new management as of about a year ago. We got Chuck Creighton there, who used to be at Creighton Trailer Sales. Mm-hmm. So he's in the industry, knows a lot about what's going on. And we've got Mike Sando there. He's coming from sales. And I am in sales. And it's funny, I joke about it. I'm doing the one job I never wanted, but I'm doing great at it. So I can't complain.
Right. Why did you think you never wanted to be in sales?
I'm not much of a people person.
You didn't think you were?
I didn't think I was.
But maybe you are?
Maybe.
So you are enjoying it. What are some of the sales that you want to highlight right now when it comes to trailers and some of the other items?
Sheds. We have more sheds in stock now than normal.
You're talking like a utility shed?
Yeah, that you have behind your house. Mm-hmm. We also have garages. But we have more now than we normally do, which means a customer could have it on their property sooner than they normally could.
All right, so if it's there on the lot at Weller's, can I get it? Is that the one that I'm buying?
That's the one that you're going to get.
It's not a model?
Nope.
Okay,
It's
good.
that specific one.
So if you really want one delivered soon, what are we looking at when we look at sheds? What are some of the features?
Vinyl or T111. Vinyl's going to last longer. T111's a little bit cheaper. Mm-hmm. Windows, options, lofts, shelves, the spacing on the floor. Some sheds are made 24 inches apart. Some are 16 inches apart as far as the studs. Of course, the closer it is together, the better it is, the stronger it is. Mm-hmm.
I like this. It's kind of like when we're looking around, what we should look for. Things to notice that if you didn't know about it, you might not notice.
Yep.
All right. So 16 inches on center. It's going to be a little sturdier.
Yep.
Than the larger. And what else? What are other things we look at? I notice when I go into some sheds, they have a little lofts.
Yes.
So some of the bigger ones.
Yep.
Right. Yeah.
Yep. Good storage. Our sheds are built on salt treated runners, so when they're sitting on the ground and it rains, it's not going to gather that moisture and start to rot away the foundation.
Okay. And then what else do we need to know in terms of trailers on site? So that's sheds.
Trailers.
Let's talk about trailers.
We're doing very well on trailers. A few months back, we got rather low on trailers, but we have many in stock, car haulers especially. Open trailers, landscapers. We got different colors, ones with high sides, ones with spring assist ramp gates, which is a great feature. If you're lifting that gate.
It's lifting the gate. It could be really heavy if you don't have the spring assist.
Yeah. If I had to guess, it's probably about 50 pounds lifting from the ground to straight vertical.
But using the spring assist.
Spring assist, it's probably about 8 pounds.
Oh, see, that's fantastic.
And that is not an exaggeration.
If you're out working or doing a lot of things with your trailer and it's time then to lift and close the gate, you're tired. You don't want that,
Especially
right?
if you do it 10 times a day.
Yeah, I get it. So look for that. It's another feature.
Yeah.
And you have always a great selection. Financing, I think, is something that I was told. Jim said, make sure you talk about the financing. So.
Yep, 12 months, same as cash, with the first 3 payments deferred. So a person could buy a trailer, get a 5-year loan. So if they don't pay it off in 12 months, no big deal. You don't default, doesn't affect your credit. But if you pay it off in 12 months, there's no interest. And you have the first 3 months to save up some money without having to pay a payment.
All right. All of this is at Weller's Utility Trailers, and we take it for granted that people might know where you are, but there are a lot of people listening that have no idea where you are. So tell us where to find you.
We are in Bridgeville, Delaware, on Route 13, so straight down from Dover. Follow 13 south, go through Harrington, Greenwood. You'll eventually hit Bridgeville. There's a split where it goes between Main Street and 13 South. We're right in the middle. You can get to us from Main Street or 13.
So if you're listening in the beaches, at the beaches, visiting or whatever, and you want to go to this place with the shed selection ready to be delivered, the trailer selection, just cut inland to Route 13. I know a lot of visitors and new residents confuse 113 and 13.
There is a difference.
There's a big
difference a digit makes.
Make sure it's 13, and then when you get to Bridgeville on the highway, it's kind of hard to miss. You see all the trailers and the sheds and everything out there.
25-foot tall tower with Wellers on it.
That's a good sign that you found the right place when you see that. All right, will you talk more about Wellers? I want to take a short break. I'm going to get your dad in here, Jim Weller, with this message. Live, Weller Does Delmarva.
Hey, everybody. Again, Jim Weller, and thanks a lot for watching the show. I hope you're enjoying it today. I sure do miss being there with you. But listen, I want to talk about one of my sponsors. It's Dennis and Gail Jones, and this is Secure Solutions. Secure Solutions, okay? And they've been in business quite a while now, and they serve all of Delaware, Kent, Sussex, Newcastle County. And they sell and service and deliver and install and hook up and train you on a medical alert device. It's just a little thing you wear around your neck, keep it in your purse, your pocket, whatever. It's not just for elderly, it's for everybody. You could have a college student that's going to college for the first time. And, you can push a button a lot quicker than you can log into your phone and, put in your password and call for help. So it's just kind of a nice thing to have, whether you own a business and you take the bank deposits to the bank late at night, or you have some underlying health conditions. If you just are in a situation where you just want to know, help is just a push button away. You don't even have to tell them where you're at. Maybe you go walking or hiking and you're just not always sure of exactly where you're at. You just push this button and help is on the way. They communicate with you. They talk to you and say, okay, Jim, what's your scenario? In other words, what do you got going on there? And it's a great thing. It's about $25 a month. About $100 to set it all up. When you call Dennis and Gail, you deal with them. They bring it to you themselves, not some 800 number that ships it to you and you don't know what to do or how to make it work. This is all about personal service, okay? So you give them a call, and I need a couple of you to call them, okay? So give them a call and say, hey, Dennis or Gail, tell me a little bit about this. I got a grandparent or a parent that might need it, but it's not just for that. It could be any of you. So what's their phone number? It's 302, of course, 567-8500. That's 567-8500. Give them a call. Tell them I sent you. It's Secure, SEACURE, solution.com on the web, and like their Facebook page if you would too. Very nice little device. Gives you peace of mind, keeps you safe, and helps just a push button away. Much better than your phone. Okay? See y'all. Take care. Thanks for watching. Bye.
And thanks for listening here on Delaware 105.9. Dan Gaffney in for Jim today. And we're talking with Jimmy Weller. Oh, we talked about sheds, trailers, and everything going on at Weller's on Route 13, but I think we have some personal things to get to.
Yeah, if my sleuthing landed me right, you recently had a daughter get married?
I did. First wedding of my children, my oldest daughter did get married. So I had a new experience. There's no book on this, but you don't know what to expect. But I had my first experience as a father walking my daughter down the aisle, as they say.
I do want to correct myself. I didn't mean sleuthing. It was Instagram.
Yeah, well, Instagram. You're spying. I know what you're doing. You're stalking. Stalking, they call that.
I mean,
That's
you're
okay.
pretty popular.
That's okay. Yeah, we had a wedding, and it went really well. And she married a guy that we've known for a couple of years, love him to death. And there's a saying that I used to hear people say, that when you marry a daughter, you don't lose a daughter, you gain a son-in-law, gain a son. And so that's kind of how we feel. I think that's kind of how it worked out. I feel like we gained a son, love the guy, love him to death, and he's part of the family, and so very, very blessed. You're getting married.
I am getting married finally.
Is that why you're so interested? You want to see what other weddings are doing?
Yeah, and I really just wanted to hear what you thought of him.
I love him. Love
Okay.
him. Oh, absolutely. Tell me about your wedding.
We put a long date to it, about 2 years. We want to make sure we got everything in the right place.
So this was 2 years ago, almost?
No, this was about 4 months ago.
Okay,
so we're
so
in the
you s-
beginning phases.
Oh, all right. Well, tell me about the planning that's going on here.
Well, we live over by the Bay Bridge, Kent Island, and so we're going to be getting married in Annapolis. There's a venue there. They're putting it all together, doing the food. Got a lot of friends. Hopefully, we're going to have some fire spinners.
Fire spinners at the wedding. What is that? Like a guy, like batons that are on fire?
Well,
No, is that what fire spinners?
I have
I
these
picture
friends who
guys
spin fire.
that look like they're from Hawaii with grass skirts and like torches. No,
Oh,
is that what a
I'm
fire
sure they
spinner is?
would.
Is that a
No,
fire?
they're just normal people that have this skill.
Okay. That's going to be a while. That's part of your wedding.
Yeah.
What else are you planning? I don't think I've ever been to a wedding with fire spinners.
Planning on going to Jamaica. We're doing a basic honeymoon.
Okay.
Right out of the book.
Very
all,
good.
All expenses paid.
Nice. This is exciting. Now that you have the venue and the food and the entertainment and the honeymoon, what are we waiting for now?
Well, see, that's where
Why are
I'm.
we- what
I'm
are
not
we
really
waiting for?
sure because I have two older sisters who plan their wedding, and from what I understand, the male isn't involved in the planning as much.
That is
so I'm
correct,
kind of
sir.
just sitting back,
You're just waiting.
watching it all go down.
All right. Are you excited?
I am excited.
You do have a date, though, I would imagine.
I do have a date in March, March 23rd, 23.
Wow. March 2023.
We met online on a dating website.
How did that go?
Good. We dated a little and then moved apart and then got back together again and stronger than before.
And this is the real deal.
It seems like it.
I'm very excited for you. Congratulations. Congratulations. I think that's awesome. Are you at the stage where you've actually gone through the menu at the caterer and picked out the different items?
We've seen some menus. There's a taste testing coming up.
For cake or food?
For food.
Okay.
I don't get to be a part of it though.
I think that was the way it was in our wedding too. All the planning is on my daughter's side, pretty much.
Yeah.
And her husband, Ted, is he just had to wait and do what he was told, which is how you feel right now.
Yep.
Well, congratulations.
Sitting puppy.
All right, we'll be back in a minute. We're going to hear from Jim Weller. We're live today at the Laurel Junction. Every Saturday morning, Weller Does Delmarva from 7 a.m. to 9. The Laurel Junction and Chef Fred's Cafe. What an amazing place this is. 25 acres, indoor and outdoor selling. The man who owns this and is responsible for getting it all together, Mike Mercer, is going to come up shortly on the show, and we'll talk with him. First, let's get Jim to tell us this, okay?
Laurel Junction every Saturday morning from 7 to 9. It's Weller Does Delmarva, and we thank you for tuning in the show. Laurel Junction is a huge indoor-outdoor flea market, about 25 acres of ground, all kinds of people out here selling stuff every Saturday and Sunday. Then throughout the week, there's some stores across the front of the building. There's some stores inside. So if you own a business and you're looking for a place to maybe open up a place to meet more people, Laurel Junction might have some openings for you. Also, if you've got a garage full of stuff or a closet full of stuff or an attic or basement full of stuff and you just want to turn it into cash, just rent a table. And you don't get just one table for $20 a day, $20 for Saturday or $20 for Sunday. You can rent 4 tables. You get 4 tables for one money for $20. So if you got some stuff, you want to sell it, bring it on down to Laurel Junction, see Diane and rent a table, or you can call Diane in advance and reserve one. Her number's 302-841-5864. That's 841-5864. That's Diane at Laurel Junction. Check her out. And if you're looking for a fun shopping experience, check out Laurel Junction. Hey there, everybody. Jim Weller here, and we are broadcasting.
Wow. He just abruptly ended. Jim didn't give us any warning on that one. All right. Hi, good morning. We're with Jimmy Weller. Your dad does that sometimes. He does things without warning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you... Look, family business, interesting, right? I don't want you to go anywhere you don't want to go, but you are obviously second generation. And for a while, you already mentioned you didn't think you'd be a salesperson, right? But that changed. And for a while, when you were younger, you didn't want to be a part of Weller's, did you?
No, I did not.
Yeah. Because why?
No real
You're
reason.
your own man, I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nothing personal. I wanted to be a police officer, state trooper.
Right.
I applied a few times, didn't get it, and then of course my dad got in my head and pulled me in. And then I got thinking I'm probably not a good fit. I do have injuries that would limit me, and so here I am.
Right. And now that you're doing it and you've had different positions within the company, it seems like maybe you found a home for a while.
I think I have to, yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yep.
Because you're, and that's how it goes with family businesses,
Yep.
right? I mean, there's some children, it could be a very successful business and they have several children. Some don't, want anything to do with the business, and that's okay, right? They go off and do their own thing. Others do what you do and, explore and then come back into the business. I would imagine it's kind of neat that it was there and available to you, right?
Yeah, and that was one reason why I didn't really want it. I didn't want to just, lollygag into life. I wanted to at least try. Mm-hmm. I did try, but in the end, family wins.
You don't see your dad in a work setting that often, do you?
No, I can go months without seeing him.
Isn't that something? People don't understand that.
No, I get asked all the time, how's your dad doing? I'm like, I couldn't tell you.
Right. Jim owns several... He's got his hand in several different enterprises.
He's very busy.
And I think, I don't think it's a secret to say that he has Wellers. You mentioned that Chuck Crichton is the manager, and you mentioned the other employees that have very important roles there. So he may not be there on a day-to-day basis, and that might be a good thing, right? Well, I don't know.
Might be.
You can make deals without him looking. Is that why it's a good thing?
He doesn't give me any power to make deals.
All right.
Just show up and do my job.
If people missed it, at Weller's in Bridgeville, you're in sales.
Yep.
You might deal with Jimmy when you go over there. What are the hours? Are you open today?
We are open today until 2, 8 to 2, but I'm sure somebody's there already. Tuesday through Fridays, 9 to 5, and we are closed Sunday and Monday. The close of Monday was an idea we've thrown around for years. Finally implemented it, and it took.
Right on. So get in there today. If not, you have to wait till Tuesday. Stick around, Jimmy. We're getting ready to take a break. Your dad's got a lot of sponsors that he needs to tell us about, and we're going to hear from him right now.
Hey, everybody, it's me again, and I got another sponsor segment I want to talk about, and this is my friends at Ellendale Insurance Agency. And you hear a common thread through every one of my advertisers. They're friends of mine. They're people that I do business with, and I'm trying to connect you with those people, okay? We live in a day and time that you don't know who you can get. You don't know who's who. Do they stand behind what they do? Are they there for you after the sale? Ellendale Insurance Agency has done a fantastic job for me for years, 25, 30 years. Been very happy. Car insurance, house insurance, health insurance, life insurance. I don't know how that one's going to work. I won't be around on that one. But anyway, media insurance, liability for the business, all kinds of insurance. Very happy with them. They keep an eye out for me. They make sure I'm properly insured. We've had claims. I didn't have to deal with the insurance company. I dealt with L&W. They took care of it. They kept me happy. I have a relationship with them. I don't have one with the insurance company. And I like dealing with L&W, and you will too. You don't have to own a business to deal with them. It can be personal. You can be a renter. You can own a business, but they're not just for business people. They're for everybody. So if you want to talk about insurance, if you want somebody to look at what you have and review it, see if they have any suggestions, L&W is my go-to people for all insurance, okay? So anyway, how do you get a hold of L&W? You call them on the phone. It's 302-856-7828. That's 302-856-7828, LW and LWinsurance.com on the web, and like them on Facebook if you would, please, okay? So other than that, that's about it. And thanks for watching the show. I appreciate your support. If you are watching somewhere where you can hit a share button, please share the show, and comments are welcome. Other than that, that's it. I'm going to go. I'll see you. Goodbye.
All right. By my ear, I believe that might have been a 6 dB increase in audio for Jim. Good job, Jim. Jim's going to tell us about Vanderwaan's Farm Creamery in just a moment. We're talking with Jimmy Weller. One of the things Jim likes to do is he tells people to honk their horn, I don't know, 2 times, 3 times, whatever, when they're driving by Weller's. Do you hear that? How often do you hear that?
Probably 10, 15 times a day.
Really? People drive by and just honk their horn for no particular reason other than to say hello.
I presume that's what they're doing.
I want to talk about the process of buying a trailer a little bit. How hard is it, easy? As a consumer, once I get out there, I mean, how long is this whole thing going to take? Because I know I got to get it tagged and I got to,
It's about 45 minutes from the time that the customer picks out a trailer. We get told often, they're like, wow, that's so much quicker than I expected. Buying a car, I bought a car, I was there about 3-4 hours. Mm-hmm. With financing, it could be an hour, 20 minutes, hour, 30 minutes. Okay. But we go out, pick a trailer. Once you pick a trailer, we get you in the computer, collect a payment. They start getting the trailer ready, check the tires, lug nuts, lights.
Nice.
And then sign some papers, hook you up, and you're on your way.
Right on. Jimmy, thank you for talking about Weller's. Thanks for giving us an update on your life, and congratulations on your upcoming marriage.
Thank you.
All the best. Jimmy Weller here at Weller Does Delmarva. Here's Jim Weller to tell us about Vanderwaan's Farm Creamery.
Hey, everybody, it's me again. I got another sponsor segment I want to tell you about, and that's Vanderwaan's Ice Cream. Everybody loves Vanderwaan's Ice Cream, okay? It's really good. It tastes good. They got many flavors. They're friendly. They're personable. Conveniently located 4 locations. You got Fenwick Island, Dewey Beach, Bridgeville, and Greenwood. That is Vanderwaan's Farm Creamery.com on the web. They're very active on the Facebook, so look them up there. But it's Vanderwaan's Ice Cream. You can get a quart, a cup, a pint, a cone, whatever you may need. You can eat it there. You can take it with you. You can sit in the parking lot, whatever you want to do. Also, if you want to hire their truck to come to an event like a birthday party or a celebration of some sort, and you want to have something for your business or for your family, and you want a truckload of ice cream to show up and you give it out to your customers or friends, they also can do that. So it's Vanderwaan's Ice Cream. I really like them. You will too. So just check them out sometime when you can. That's in Greenwood and Bridgeville, Dewey Beach and Fenwick Island, Vanderwaan Farm Creamery on the web, and like them on Facebook if you would. That's it. I'll see you. Take care. Bye.
We are continuing here on Weller Does Delmarva. Dan Gaffney in for Jim Weller. We're at the Laurel Junction. Inside the Laurel Junction at Chef Fred's Cafe. People are giving me menus and specials, and I am ordering a veggie omelet, no cheese. Okay. Norman J. Jones is here today, a true statesman for Sussex County, the clerk of the peace. He'll be joining us a little later on today. We're going to talk weather. We have Mike Mercer coming up. We're going to learn about a fallen officer memorial on the way as well before the end of the program. We are going to talk to Norman about not only being clerk of the peace, but maybe a little bit about the town of Ellendale and some of the happenings there. Also, coming up later in the next hour, we are going to talk with Hunter Outten. Hunter Outten is the weather guy on TV Delmarva, so we'll actually talk weather for our area all coming up on Weller Does Delmarva. Leaving the radio, continuing on TV Delmarva. We'll be back in a moment. Yes, back. We continue on television.
All right.
And on the internet. And someone's taking our picture as we continue the show here at the Laurel Junction. Colin Walls is joining me.
Yeah.
So how have we done in hour number one? A little different. Got to get used to the timing and the breaks and all this. We're trying to keep it flowing here.
Yeah, well, I think we're doing a good job.
Doing all right here?
Yeah. Yep, you're doing good.
All right. So let's talk about Walls Service Center.
Oh,
Walls Service Center?
Yeah, actually, I want to mention you said about Jim beeping your horn when you go by.
Yes.
Here's the specifics of it.
Okay.
Beep your horn twice. If you heard this ad, beep your horn twice. If you didn't hear it, beep 3 times. That's what it is.
That's how it works.
Yeah, that's how it works.
All right. I like to beep it 3 times just
Right.
for
If you
fun.
didn't hear it.
Yeah. Even though when I drive by.
Right. Oh, I
beep it
didn't
3
hear
times.
that ad, so I'll beep 3 times.
Look,
yeah.
I want to talk about Walls, but there
Yeah.
is a program coming up on TV Delmarva right after at 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock following this show. Yep.
It's a 9/11 show, 9/11 memorial or tribute.
Yeah, 9/11 tribute. Now there is a 5-second ad we're playing there. Not an ad, but kind of a little gap filler there we're playing. So don't change your channel within 5 seconds. All right. It's funny that I know that there's 5 seconds in between it, because I'm actually programming it. I'm putting it all in into the schedule. So
Something else. His staff may be the people that work on your car too.
Yeah.
At Walls Service Center.
Yep, Wall Service Center. We work on.
I like the camera shot a minute ago. We had a nice soft focus.
Yes.
And my wrinkles didn't show up as much on the soft focus. Did you notice that?
I thought a fog rolled in.
What happened?
Yeah.
Can we do that again? Did someone smear Vaseline on the lens? It sort of looked like someone smeared Vaseline.
This shot brought to you by
You know
Vaseline.
what it was? The beard oil.
Oh, that's what
the
it
beard
was.
oil got
That's
on
our
there.
sponsor for this segment.
Yeah,
we
beard oil.
smeared on the lens.
All right. That would be a fun TV game, actually. Where
Right.
you
What
take
product
something,
have we smeared
you
on the
take
lens?
something and smear it on the lens of a TV camera, and then see if people can guess. People at home, is it ketchup? No, and people can call in.
Hot sauce, sriracha. Sorry.
Yeah. Close. You're close. All right. Walls Service Center.
Wall Service Center, downtown Milford. Been there for 63 years, Dan. I mean, it's almost unheard of for a business to stay in business for 63 years, let alone an auto repair business, because you see them come and go. You see one will pop up, in a little building that you've seen empty for a while, and it'll pop up, and it'll be there 6 months, a year, maybe 2 years, and then they're going. Well, we've been around 63 years, and it's actually the same family. We're the same family. My grandfather started it. My dad took over in 1986. I took over in 2010, and I have my son Colin working there for me. So we're 4 generations deep in this business.
Right. Which is, again, we were just talking to Jimmy about family businesses.
Yeah.
I mean, that is very rare. Not only is it rare to have an auto shop around that long, but the family business of any type, right? Isn't it?
Right, yeah. I worked side by side with my dad for 19 years. So, and it was...
And he worked with his dad.
And he worked with his dad, yeah. Yep.
Wow.
So,
I've said this before, but I love the history. It was Dick's Atlantic.
yeah. Right on the corner of South Washington and Park Avenue. So if you're familiar with Milford, you'll know that's where Park Place is, kind of that corner there. It was kind of just opposite, just to the north of it, there on that corner in the Senior Center parking lot. There was an old block building there. It was a 2-bay garage. We had gas pumps, Atlantic Gasoline.
Right.
And, you could get your car washed there. And I don't remember it being a Wall Service Center because it changed, or Dick's Atlantic, because that changed before my time. So that they moved in 1968 to the new building we're in now that was built in 68.
All right. How is it being a shop in town? I think that would be a benefit, really.
Well, it is. I mean, it's a benefit because of all the different things around, especially in Milford, because Milford is a, what they would call a walkable town. there's so many places you can walk. We've got the River Walk, which is just in itself is just a great thing to have in the town of Milford, but it's a really good asset for us to have to offer our customers. You know, you can drop your car off, and I call it the gateway to the Riverwalk, Bicentennial Park.
Right. That's where next week, just a little plug, you'll know where Wall Service Center is if you're going to the Riverwalk Fest. You're doing some TV work. TV Delmarva's doing a show next Saturday. You want to plug that?
Live broadcast. So 6 p.m. on TV Delmarva, Channel 14, over the air. Point your antenna towards Seaford. We're going to be live in downtown Milford, actually on the property of Wall Service Center. We're that close to Bicentennial Park. We can actually be on Wall Service Center property, and we can show you the concert that's going to be going on there. So it's concerts, fireworks. We're going to have guests come in to talk to us, and it's going to be a good time.
All right, we're going to go back. Thank you, Colin Walls, Walls Service Center, and TV Delmarva. We're getting ready. If you're watching, we're getting ready to go back on the radio. We'll pause for just a moment. Good morning once again. This is Weller Does Delmarva. Dan Gaffney here. Delaware 1059. Where's Jim Weller? Jim's off today. I'm happy to fill in. We are at the Laurel Junction inside at Chef Fred's Cafe. Laurel Junction, I'm impressed. I've been here before, but every time I come, I'm super impressed with this place. Amazing. It's like 25 acres of bargains. There's a big flea market outside. There's flea market and shops permanently inside. You got this cafe, which everyone was raving about the breakfast, by the way. It's just a fun place to be. So filling in for Jim, and Jim is not on live today, but we do have through, as they used to say, the magic of radio, but through recordings, we do have some messages for Jim. Very important, his sponsors. We're going to hear from McNeil's Paving in just a second, guys. I did get a message from Jim about one of his favorite things to mention, and that is the Greenwood barbecue chicken. This supports the fire department in Greenwood, Delaware. It is a famous place, but they're going to be closed today, but open tomorrow. That is the word that I'm getting. Please mention Greenwood barbecue chicken closed today. Oh, I'm so sorry. But open tomorrow, which is the good news. Hey, when we come back, we're going to talk about a fallen officer memorial and a benefit. We'll learn about this memorial, but first, here's Jim Weller.
Hey everybody, it's me again, and thanks a lot for watching the show, Weller Does Delmarva, each and every Saturday. Listen, here's another sponsor segment. This is my friend Josh McNeil, McNeil's Paving, sorry about that, and seal coating. So it's the time of year, maybe you want to take your driveway and get it seal coated, where he comes in, fills all the cracks, cleans it up around the edge, and then puts a nice fresh seal coat on it for the winter. Now is a good time to get that done. Another thing he does is if you need a brand new blacktop driveway, or if you need a parking lot or anything with blacktop, he can help you out with that. He also does driveways where maybe you just need stone, or you want some crushed concrete or blacktop millings. You know, you've got a dirt driveway, you're tired of the mud holes, the potholes, but you want something, but you don't want to spend the money for a blacktop driveway right now. He can do that for you also, and that will prepare your driveway for in the future when you want to go ahead and blacktop it. So any questions, commercial, residential, he does work in Kent and Sussex County of Delaware. He does work in parts of Maryland and parts of Virginia. His name is Josh McNeil. I have dealt with him for years, been very happy with him. I've got many people I've recommended to him that have dealt with him and been extremely pleased. So call him for a free estimate. You got nothing to lose by talking to him. So give him a call. It's 302-945-7131. That's 302-945-7131. Josh McNeil, McNeil's Paving. Tell him I sent you. He'll do a good job for you. Thank you, folks. I'll see you when I see you. Bye.
On Weller Does Delmarva today, I am here live at the Laurel Junction. Dan Gaffney filling in for Jim Weller, and Cory Shaffer is here, and it's great to meet him face-to-face and talk about the Fallen Officer Memorial. Can you tell us about this a little bit?
Sure thing,
Step
man.
right up here.
Myself and another fella in Delmar got talking one day, and we wanted to do a little bit more than just, write a check. I've got a lot of friends that are in law enforcement, and with the climate that is out there for these guys right now, it's pretty sad. The way they're treated and everything else.
It's been a rough few years for sure. It's
has.
always difficult, right, and challenging. But
Yes.
what we've seen over the last couple of years has really put. I agree with you. Made it tougher. Let's
Yeah.
just say that. So, where is this fallen officer memorial, and what does this organization do?
It's actually not really like an organization. It's just a grassroots effort of good people in Delmar. We got together. The Delmar VFW made an offer for us that was absolutely amazing, and I always encourage people to support your VFW, not only because of this, but just because of the kind of people that are involved with this organization. They gave us the whole venue, provided the food, set up, clean up, everything we need at zero cost to us.
And you're going to use the facility for a fundraiser, right? Which is coming up.
Absolutely.
So let's plug this. If you want to support Fallen Officer Memorial, go to this fundraiser at the VFW in Delmar. So tell me when it is and what kind of thing is going to happen there.
All right, it's October 1st. That's a Friday night from 6 to 11 at the Delmar VFW, right there on State Street in Delmar. We have silent auctions and we have live auction items. We've got a DJ Wookie, and he's got a pretty cool little story behind him as well. He'll probably share. But it's going to be a good time. It really is. It's to show your support for the blue. Back the blue. You hear it constantly. Well, show up and do it. Show up and back them, It's for a bronze statue that was selected by our chief in Delmar.
Awesome. You, I think, if I have the info right, are also showing up to try and do something. Are you running for town council?
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay. Why are you running for the town council in Delmar?
I've got a 7-year-old and I've got a 10-year-old. I live in town, and I want a police department to work 24 hours for not just me, but for everybody in town. I want my kids to be able to have a really nice lemonade stand. I want my neighbors' kids to be able to walk across the street and not have to worry about anything. Our guys do a good job right now, but they're overworked and underpaid. Something needs to be done about that, and it needs to be done about it now. We got to quit throwing breadcrumbs at these guys, just to appease them and feed them a little bit. We really need to take care of our police officers.
One of the issues when Officer Hecook was murdered was that he was the only guy on in the town. And I remember there's a push, maybe you're part of it, I don't know, to at least have a backup or another officer. Don't have them out there by themselves.
Yeah.
Is that still going on? Is that one of your beliefs?
Yes, we do have some issues with staffing. For an example, Delmar versus Fruitland. Fruitland has 30 police officers. We have 6 road officers in Delmar right now currently. We're already behind. We've already got 2 that have applied elsewhere. So we're going to be down to 4. And
Is Fruitland and Delmar about the same size, or?
it's pretty close. It's probably the most comparable.
Yeah.
So.
That is a big difference.
Yeah,
That's a
and our
huge
guys have to be by-state certified.
which is a more difficult. I mean, if you don't know, Delmar has the Maryland side and the Delaware side, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
So when you're on the town council, you also represent both sides?
No.
Or
This
just
is
the-
just for Maryland.
The Maryland side?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all
Yep.
right. Interesting. Are there 2 councils?
Yes.
Like oh my goodness.
Yep.
What a confusing town this is. I'm
Man,
telling
we got
you.
2 of everything. You know what I mean?
Really? Except for police, right?
Except for police officers.
But they
yeah.
do have to be certified in Maryland and Delaware.
Absolutely.
All right. What are some of the other issues that you have as a candidate?
Well, we've had a lot of growth in Delmar. And when I say a lot of growth, we've had a lot. We need to assess our public works before we get into anything else. We've already got some projects that have been approved, a couple that I didn't know about till I started digging a little deeper. And, what kind of effect does all this building have on our public works?
Right.
Delmar has a wonderful school system, so let's keep it that way, but let's assess what this is going to do to our schools. I've got kids in the school system, so this is all, this all hits home, it knocks on my door all the time.
Awesome that you're stepping up. It is much needed in a lot of towns. good luck in the election. He's running for Delmar Town Council, Cory Shaffer. When we come back, I want to repeat and have Cory tell us a little bit about this fundraiser that's coming up. I want to get that for folks who are just tuning in and just listening here to Weller Does Delmarva. Dan Gaffney in for Jim Weller. Jim is with us in spirit, though, and he has a few words about our next sponsor here on Weller Does Delmarva. We'll be right back.
Hey there, everybody. It's me again. Thanks a lot for watching the show, and sure do appreciate everybody that's helped make this happen. Thanks a lot to each and every one of you. This is another sponsor segment. It's my friends at Dry Zone. You hear me talk about them each and every week. Bill and Heather Anderson done a great job of running this company and taking good care of their customers, and I'm one of them. I've dealt with them on numerous properties, numerous projects, and been very happy every time. From some structural things on one of my daughter's house to a couple encapsulations to having the floor done in the garage at Weller's in Bridgeville in the showroom. If you stop in and look at that, that's something that their division Hello Garage does. So whether you want your garage tuned up, whether you got some water in your basement, you might want a sump pump, whether you got some structural problems, poly levels where some concrete's not just level, they can level it out without busting it up. Dry Zone does all kinds of amazing things. They do it well. Their prices are spot on. Their warranty is transferable. If you were to sell your property, it literally adds value to your property. So anyway, how do you get a hold of them? You call them on the phone. It's 302-684-5034. That's 684-5034, dryzone.com. Look them up there and see what you can learn. They're always looking to add more people to their team. Team Dry Zone is growing each and every week. They're trying to add more people. They're growing like crazy. They'll do a good job. Check them out. Stop in and see them right there on Route 16 in Ellendale at the Dry Zone Worldwide headquarters. All right, so other than that, that's it. I'm going to turn the show back over, and thanks a lot for watching me. I appreciate it. I do. Thank you. Bye.
Weller Does Delmarva here at the Laurel Junction. Dan Gaffney in for Jim. We're talking to Cory Shaffer about a fallen officer memorial that will be placed. It's going to be a bronze statue, and you're putting it outside the police station?
Yes, sir.
Tell us a little bit about the plans for this.
Well, we want to have some pavers around it, make it a nice little area that, you know, if somebody is a law enforcement officer or a family member, you know, or just a good person, and you want to go have a little moment of solitude, you can go.
Yeah.
The bronze statue is actually going to have the details of Corporal Keith Hecook's uniform on it.
Highly appropriate. A good
Yes.
idea. Now, this doesn't happen without money. So a fundraiser where the VFW has come together with this group of concerned citizens, and you're having this fundraiser, which I want you to plug again, and you need to go to it no matter where you are listening to the show today. Head to Delmar on Friday, October 1st.
Yes, sir.
Tell us some of the details here.
From 6 to 11, we've got live auctions and silent auctions. We got some pretty cool items. You know, people say people are so negative all the time about everything, and I was sitting around in my basement one night, and I sent Ted Nugent an email because I know that he is a big first responder supporter, and people are like, you know, what would you do that for?
Right.
Hey, nothing ventured, nothing gained, right? Mm-hmm. So I talked to him via email, and within an hour I got one back, and it was something on the lines of, hey, Uncle Ted gets inundated with things like this, but first responders have a soft place in my heart. I'm not going to make any promises, but send me your address of where you would like me to send something. Well, you know, here again, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Friday, I get home from work. I've got a box on my doorstep from Michigan. Well, guess what?
What was it?
Somebody came through for us. So
All
we've
right.
we've got some Ted Nugent items
Awesome.
for our auction, too.
There you go. All coming up on the 1st of October. Very cool. Keep up the good work, Cory Shaffer. Thank you for being here.
Yep, I appreciate it, Dan.
All right, good luck. Weller Does Delmarva. We're going to take a short break and hear more from Jim. And when we return, Mike Mercer, the man behind this 25 acres of bargains. We'll talk with him from the Laurel Junction right after this.
Hey there, folks. It's me again, and I just want to tell you about another one of my sponsors. So this is a sponsor segment. Dave Wilson, Wilson's Auction in Lincoln, has been in business now, serving our community over 40 years. And every Saturday, starting at 10 o'clock in the morning, running all day and into the evening, they have a huge auction. So they have antiques, they have appliances, they have tools, they have exercise equipment, they have building supplies, they have lawnmowers and bicycles, they have, I think I said furniture, they got furniture, appliances, glassware, antiques, jewelry, all kinds of interesting things. It's a lot of fun, too. If you're listening to this commercial and you're visiting the area and you've never been to Wilson's auction, oh my goodness, what an experience, okay? So it's rain or shine. It's on Route 113 in Lincoln starting at 10 o'clock today. Then on Tuesday nights, they have an auto auction. Over 150 vehicles run through the line, cars, trucks, SUVs, whatever, and it gets sold to the highest bidder. Then also, next Saturday on the 18th, up at the Harrington Fairgrounds is their Mid-Atlantic Equipment Auction. They have it every year, and it starts at 9 a.m. on next Saturday, the 18th. So keep that in mind. That's Wilson's Auction on Route 113 in Lincoln. So that's if you're buying. If you're selling, you would take stuff to Wilson's Auction Wednesday through Friday, and you leave it. They'll get it sold for you to the highest bidder, and then you just pick up your cash. It's a lot of fun, whether you're buying or selling. I highly recommend Wilson's Auction. Been friends with them for years. I've bought and sold stuff there for years. Just been tickled to death with the results. So anyway, give them a call. What's the phone number? 302-422-3454. That's 422-3454. Wilson'sAuction.com on the web. Very active on Facebook. Check them out there. Y'all take care. I'll see ya. Bye.
All right, we're going to get the inside story on the Laurel Junction. The man who owns the place, Mike Mercer, is here. Mike, I'm so excited to meet you and talk with you. How are you?
Doing well, thanks. Welcome.
Thank you. I love it. It's exciting when you get here as the sun is coming up. And this is true. I like this kind of thing. I see all these people outside getting their flea market stuff set up before it's even daylight.
Yep.
And then you've got all these shops inside. It's something else. Tell me the background of how you got involved and became the owner of this place.
Well, I have a business partner, and it was available about 12 years ago, and we knew it was a Sussex County institution, and was afraid it was going to go away. And I'll be honest, it wasn't in my bucket list to own a flea market. Probably didn't see that, but the opportunity came up, and kept the employees that we had, and 12 years later, we're still grinding it out and happy to be here.
Well, I think you've grown, haven't you?
I think so.
You've improved and grown, and there's been some changes in 12 years.
Absolutely, yeah. We've gone in some different directions. It was known it had a really nice nightclub and bar upstairs, and I didn't think at my age I needed to be in the nightclub and bar business,
right.
And so we've added Burger King and things like that. So yeah, it has.
Let me talk about the inside stores.
Okay.
These are more permanent
Yes.
Spots.
Yes.
Tell me about these folks and
Okay.
how often they're open, and who are the shop owners here?
Okay, two facets of indoors, if you will, Dan. There's the storefronts, what we call, which is a small strip center, which has an antique store, has a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Has a nice tackle shop, has a motorcycle place.
Right.
So that's kind of the storefronts, if you will.
Okay.
Open 7 days a week.
Ah.
And then we have the indoor stores, flea market, which is 60 stores, 10 by 10, 12 by 12. And they're a little more permanent, too, because they rent week to week. So if you didn't want to unload your car outside every weekend, you didn't want to haul your stuff back and forth, you rent one of those, you pull the door down and lock it, and it's your store, and you don't have to. So it's
okay.
kind of an indoor flea market. Although some of those stores we do produce, a little bit of everything. Have a dollar store, which is very unique. Some antiques, collectibles.
Okay, so that's what's going on. And then there's a convenience store. We're in Chef Fred's Cafe.
Yes.
Everyone's loving the food here that he does.
We've been excited.
And then you have the outdoor people.
Right.
If folks want to have like a one-time or regular outdoor flea market, they can rent space out there.
Yep, that's a daily rental. You can rent by the weekend or the day. But yeah, that's the guys that do everything from clean out their garage to go to auctions and get their inventory and all of those things. As I tell people, if it's not out there, you don't need it.
Right. How are you on space available? What spaces are available if people want to be a part of this operation?
we do fill up on occasion. It's we're so weather driven and all that. This time of year, especially, we will fill up. So we encourage you, if you want to be here, reserve for the 2 days, and then you got your spot. We'll give you your spot number. Diane will, and you'll have it. So we do encourage that. But normally it's first come, first serve, and you can get a spot. It's kind of ironic. I think you were saying this morning before the sun came up, you got here, you see people out there. The hardest question I have is when people call and say, what time do you open? And I said, well, we got people out there already for tomorrow, and this is Friday afternoon. So, yeah, we've got the flashlight brigade that are the collectors that come through before the lights come on, and they're going through your stuff with their flashlights. And so there's... Anytime you want to get started selling it on Saturday or Sunday morning, we're here.
Do you have storefronts available, though? You mentioned those storefront places. Is there any
we
real
do not
estate?
have one now. We do have one that's possibly coming up.
All right.
So, yes. Good question.
Yeah, I just wondered. Because people, might be eyeing it. If they've been here, they go, wow, I'm thinking about doing X, Y, Z. Some people are different services are here. You got an alteration person. You got all kinds of different people here.
Yes. Yep.
It's fun to walk through here and see what you have.
It is. It's truly amazing what gets sold here. And as I said, you have the people that kind of do it as a full-time hobby, but then you got the people that clean out their garage. They may live somewhere where they don't get a lot of traffic, so a yard sale's not conducive. There's different HOA communities that don't let you have a yard sale, so we're the place.
All right. Mike Mercer, it was good to meet you. I'm looking at the clock. I'm like, wow, I could keep talking about it, but thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thanks. Good to meet you. I love it here. This is the Laurel Junction, Route 13 in Laurel, Delaware, right at Route 9. Right?
Thanks. Yes,
Thank you, buddy.
we're here. Thank you.
Back after this, here's Jim Weller.
And sure do appreciate your support of the show. I've not been there today, obviously, but it's been a great show. I thank you, Dan and Colin and Jonathan and Hunter and everybody for making things happen behind the scenes. So I appreciate each and every one of you. My audience, I thank you very much for watching the show. My advertisers for allowing me to do ads for you. And I got one more sponsor segment I'd like to tell you about today. And well, I might have more than this, but I got one I want to do right now, which is Mike Shaffer's. And he owns and operates a business called Easy Clean Power Washing. So this is a sponsor segment, and I'm talking about power washing your home. Thanksgiving's not far away. Christmas is not far away. You want the place looking good. So whether you want your sidewalks done or your deck or your porches, or he has a soft wash where he can clean the roof without, if they don't pressure wash a roof, they soft wash a roof. But anyway, he can do that. He can power wash your house, your barn, your shed, your carport, whatever you may need done. I love it when he does my stuff, whether it's my home or one of my properties or my store. It always looks like new. So anyway, if you need any power washing done, Mike's a good guy. He's an owner-operator. You're going to get him. You're going to deal with him, and he'll do a good job for you. So what's his name? Mike Shaffer's. What's his number? 302-381-8305. 381-8305. Easy, like the letters, easycleanmd.com. And like him on Facebook. He's Easy Clean Power Washing on Facebook. Honest man, he'll do a good job. When you deal with him, he's going to be the guy giving you the free estimate. He's going to be the guy doing the work. You're going to be very pleased when he's done. Mike Shaffer's, Easy Clean Power Washing. Tell him I sent you. 302-381-8305. Folks, I'm going to leave you again. Take care. Thanks for putting up with me. Thanks for watching my show. Thanks for your friendship. And I'll see you when I see you. Bye.
A busy half hour coming up here on Weller Does Delmarva. Dan Gaffney. It's 8:28 here on Delaware 105.9 and TV Delmarva. And they tell me, hey, 6 different Facebook pages and a YouTube. So, hey, it's on everything. Thanks for tuning in this morning. Coming up, we're going to talk about Delmarva weather with Hunter Outten. He is the weather guy from TV Delmarva, the TV Delmarva weather expert, and we'll get him on the air. Also, Norman J. Jones coming up in just a moment. We're getting ready to break here on the radio. We'll be right back after this on Delaware 105.9. Radio out. If you're watching on TV Delmarva, thank you. This is a TV-only segment. This show broadcast on Delaware 105.9 and TV Delmarva. And Colin Walls is here somewhere. We're going to talk about Walls Service Center today. Colin was just here with the menu for Chef Fred's Cafe. So he may be, placing a breakfast order. That could be happening. But I've known Colin for a long time. It's Walls Service Center in Milford, Delaware. It's where I get my automobiles serviced, used cars. My son had an old truck, and that's how I first met Colin. I needed something done to it. And then I started going there for oil changes and started talking to Colin and just knowing him as a person and a friend. So I was very happy to be here and happy to talk to him. And I'm happy to have him and his crew work on my automobiles. I'm also happy to talk about TV Delmarva. Coming up in the next segment, Hunter Outten will be here. And we'll talk to him about TV Delmarva and also the weather in particular here. All right, Colin. Are we doing Colin? Are we? Oh, it's Hunter on the TV segment, and the. Okay, they're telling me. All right. Is that what we're doing? Hunter, you're going to be our guest on the radio here in a moment, but you can tell us about TV Delmarva. Talk about the weather channel on TV Delmarva. We know it's channel 14, but then you can go to 14 point whatever. You tell me about it.
Yep, so we got 4 different channels for TV Delmarva. We have TV Delmarva 14.1, which is your general entertainment, so like your movies, your TV shows, and this show here. 14.2 is Delmarva Newsnet, so you have 24/7 local and national news on there, thanks to Newsnet. Channel 14.3 is everything sports, sports 24/7. I've been trying to think of the name of it. All Sports Television Network. Right. And then 14.4 is Delmarva WX, a 24/7 local weather conditions, similar to the Weather Channel that it has, but it's actually here local. Everything is all stuff that I have made and coded, so it updates 24/7, so you're never too far away from knowing what's going on outside.
And if you want to tune in that channel, you can do that now. But I also see on the TV Delmarva Facebook page, I see your weather forecasts for each day, like what it's going to be like when we're going on the school bus or where you get picked up. Tell me about those vignettes that you put on Facebook.
Well, starting since last week, TV Delmarva was able to bring me on full time to be able to do this. So now I'm providing forecasts from the morning, afternoon, and overnight hours, 7 days a week.
I'm saving all of my questions about how you got into this and why you're interested. Saving that for when we go back on the radio. I don't want to repeat, so I'm just going to specifically talk about the nuts and bolts of the TV channel.
Oh, yeah.
You got to be pretty happy to have control. You're a weather guy, weather geek, they would say, in a good way.
Oh, yeah. I am definitely a weather nerd and have been pretty much ever since I was about 3 years old.
And now you're running your whole TV channel. Did you ever think that would happen?
No, honestly, I definitely have not thought that would ever happen.
All right, on a scale of 0% to 100%, how accurate are you with your forecasting?
Well, I mean, my followers will tell you straight away that they only follow me because I am their most accurate source here on Delmarva and including on the Maryland Western Shore.
Is that right?
Yes.
What makes your forecast so accurate?
Well, because I'm more bold. I'm very bold in what I talk about in my forecast. If I know something that's coming up, I will let people know even weeks in advance of weather events because I have the capability in the research that I have done has actually been doing studies in portions of some of the universities about long-range forecasting and how they work in pattern cycles.
Right. And I think I know a little bit about this. Do you look historically? Is history a big part of predicting the future?
A little bit, yes, especially because you have like pattern recognition. So they say like for what happens with this storm, okay, so you have this high pressure centered in the western part of the nation. You have a blocking high over in Greenland, and you have an active of southern jet stream. You can pretty well guarantee there's going to be a big storm on the East Coast, and they'll be able to pinpoint those areas well in advance. And there's been some cases, especially because not only because I do the pattern cycle theory, that's what I have research into, but it works anywhere in the world. And I've actually predicted weather events more than a month in advance to the day.
All right. This is what you get with TV Delmarva and the Weather Channel on TV Delmarva, TV 14.4, and tvdelmarva.com, and follow TV Delmarva on Facebook. Anything else about the weather on TV Delmarva? We'll bring you back, okay, when we're on the radio. Is that good?
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
All right, we'll bring him back in a moment here. We are live on Weller Does Delmarva. We're going to rejoin the radio here momentarily. I'll get the cue from our friends here. We're at this place with Chef Fred's Cafe, everybody. Chef Fred's Cafe inside the Laurel Junction, the 25-acre flea market. Jim Weller is off today, and you get me. Dan Gaffney filling in for Jim. Happy to be here. We're going to rejoin the radio here momentarily. And coming up, Norman J. Jones will talk about the town of Ellendale and being the clerk of the peace. Also, Jim Weller will be joining us to talk about the Laurel Junction, Jerry's Lawn Care, and Chick-fil-A and no-nonsense office machines, all coming up in the Jim Weller front. We'll get to hear that in just a moment. I want to thank everyone from TV Delmarva and all of the Jim's staff and friends for assisting. We're taking a short pause on television. We don't have to speak. It's visual. So we're going to pause for a moment and join the radio here in just a moment. Good morning, live on Delaware 105.9. This is Weller Does Delmarva. Weller Does Delmarva. Dan Gaffney here. It's great to be sitting in for Jim Weller today. This half hour, we're going to talk weather with Hunter Outten of TV Delmarva. He is their weather director, and we'll get a little insight into what they're doing when forecasting our local weather. Also, Norman J. Jones will join us live. He is the clerk of the peace, and we'll talk about the town of Ellendale. But first, let's get this message on the air from Jim Weller to start out this half hour. Here's Jim.
Hey everybody, it's Jim Weller, and I want to say thanks a lot for watching my show, and for my audience that's there, hello everybody. I just wanted to let you know that we are broadcasting each and every Saturday morning from Laurel Junction. Laurel Junction is a bargain hunter's delight. They've got all kinds of stuff, thousands of things, sold every Saturday and Sunday. You can literally rent a table, which is 4 tables. For $20, you get a total of 4 tables to use to sell your stuff, whether you're cleaning out your basement, your attic, or your garage. You own a business that has a lot of excess inventory. Maybe you're just a bargain hunter and you're looking for a bargain. There is plenty of people here selling stuff. You will find something of interest. Also, there are stores inside Laurel Junction. There are stores across the front of Laurel Junction that are actually open 7 days a week. Then inside, there is Chef Fred's Cafe. What a nice little place to eat breakfast, lunch, dinner. They've got breakfast food. They've got soups. They've got salads. They've got sandwiches. They've got French fries, the French fry factory. They've got pizzas. They've got a little bit of everything. Homemade chili. You can order in person. You can eat it there. You can take it with you, or you can order online. It's Chef Fred's Cafe. So if you have any questions or whatever, check out Laurel Junction this weekend or throughout the week. If you're hungry and you want to eat at Chef Fred's Cafe, you won't be disappointed. Other than that, that's it. I'm going to leave you. Have a good weekend, and I'll see you. Bye. Hey, everybody, it's...
All right, we are back here on Weller Does Delmarva. Dan Gaffney filling in for Jim Weller, and it's great to be here today with Norman J. Jones, who was just telling me he's a clerk of the peace in Sussex County, also knows a lot about the town of Ellendale. But listen, what were you saying to me a minute ago, 20 years ago?
Under 10 minutes, it'll be the first plane went into the World Trade Center.
Oh,
yeah, it'd be we're in that under 10-minute mark.
That's right.
Of marking 20 years of 9/11.
I remember it was a similar day weather-wise, crystal clear, beautiful, beautiful clear sky when the news first broke. Right. And we were confused about what we were watching and hearing at first.
It's my generation's Pearl Harbor. Everybody remembers where they were, what they were doing, and it's hard to believe that now they're teaching it in history books, that my nieces and nephews are learning about it as history and don't know how the world was because it drastically changed. after that day.
Later today, there will be a 9/11 observance, a memorial observance, and I've been asked to be the MC of this event that's packed with all sorts of ceremonies and dignitaries. That's going to be at the Cheer Center in Georgetown on Route 9 at Sand Hill Road, and that's going to get underway around 5. They're there all day with cars and things, but the actual event's probably from 5 to about 7 o'clock tonight, and you're welcome to stop by, and I will see you there. We'd love to have you. So let's talk about what's going on in the town of Ellendale.
Well, you know, with social media and how they do things, sometimes you miss stuff that's not been very active in a long time. And due to COVID, a lot of the outreach efforts of the town of Ellendale, because they're very known of doing activities, festivals with children and all that kind of stuff in the community and the surrounding communities. So please go to the town of Ellendale's Facebook page, like it, refresh, see what's on there, comment, heart some stuff. That way it will pop up on your feed and you can see the activities. They've already done a backpack drive for the back to school. They've done movie in the park already. Of course, we're getting things planned and set up for the annual Candy Rain, which was canceled last year due to COVID. So they're looking at that again. And so please, because a lot of people's missing the stuff they're not seeing on Facebook with algorithms and stuff, go to the town of Ellendale's Facebook page, and they'll keep everybody up to breast when their meetings are, if there's special meetings going on, special activities, and you don't want to miss these special activities for the kids going on out there at the park in Ellendale.
All right. Will you tell us more? I want to ask you about Clerk of the Peace in just a moment, but we want to hear from Jim Weller. This segment from Jim, one of his great sponsors, Jerry's Lawn Care. We'll be back after this.
Sponsor segment. This is Jerry's Lawn Care. Jerry Santoro. You hear me talk about him each and every week. And maybe it's the time of year that you've got some work you want done around the yard, or you want to plan for next year, whether it's lawn care, landscaping, reseeding, whatever you may need done. He also is known for doing tree work. Trimming trees, cutting trees down, digging up a stump, grinding up a stump. Any way he can help. He does tree work. He also clears building lots. Another thing he has a really good value on mulch. He has the best bang around for mulch. You can buy it from him in Greenwood and pick it up, or he can deliver it right to you. He also sells firewood, seasoned hardwood. He has it year-round, but the time to buy it is now, so you're all stocked up for when you do need it. So many things he does, pavers, irrigation, all kinds of things. He even has a bucket truck for rent. So if you need something done, you're not sure if Rick does it, he's licensed, he's insured, his estimates are free. His phone number is 302-363-6025. That's 302-363-6025. Give him a call, tell him Jim Weller sent you, and see what he can do for you. He'll help you out any way he can. That is Jerry Santoro, No Nonsense Office Machines, and it's JLC-LLC.com on the web. Okay, that's it. I'll see you when I see you. Bye, everybody.
Happy to be filling in for Jim Weller today. Dan Gaffney with Norman J. Jones. Talking about the town of Ellendale. So the messages go to the town of Ellendale Facebook, interact, so that you get the messages, things that are happening in Ellendale. How about the Clerk of the Peace? You are the elected Clerk of the Peace, issuing marriage licenses and performing marriages.
Yes.
How's that going?
It's going great. It's hey, got a whole fan club down there.
Somebody's yelling Norm over here.
That's it. It's staying busy like normal. We're busy there at the Sussex County Marriage Bureau. So anybody looking at getting married, please remember we're by appointment, not just walk in like years past due to the COVID policies. So if you're planning on getting married in the next week or so, or even farther out a couple months from now is the time to call to set those appointments up, because we're about a week or so out with appointments to come in and get a marriage license. So don't wait to the last minute. Please call within a month or so ahead of time and get your appointment scheduled to come on in and get your marriage license. And if you'd like us to do the ceremony, get on that schedule as well.
My daughter just got married a while ago.
Congratulations.
So she had to go through this, right?
Yep.
And she said it was a great process. I had asked you, does it matter if you're going to get married in Kent County, can you get your marriage license in Sussex County and vice versa?
We get that question all the time. And Fact of the matter is, it doesn't matter where you get your marriage license, it's good for the whole state. Now, you can't get a marriage license in Delaware and get married in Maryland or vice versa. But in Delaware, you can get the marriage license in any county. So if you're in Newcastle, you get your marriage license there. You can still have your ceremony in Sussex, but your paperwork's recorded in Newcastle. So everything has to be sent back to where you got your marriage license from. Okay. So if you want to get your marriage license here in Sussex County, come to us. You can have your ceremony in Wilmington, Dover, Sussex County, wherever you'd like to have your ceremony. And then, of course, all the returns and paperwork come to Sussex to be recorded and documented.
All right. Norman, thanks for mentioning 9/11.
Yes.
Thanks for telling us about Ellendale and also Clerk of the Peace. Is there anything else on your agenda?
No, just we got a fireman's conference coming up next week. My birthday's tomorrow, so I have a busy weekend. And going up, so I'm trying to, get Frank to get me a gift, but I don't think that's going to work.
All right, happy birthday.
Thank you, and please write down these times very quick. 8:46 when the North Tower was struck, 9:03 when the South Tower was struck, 9:37 when the Pentagon was struck, 9:59 when the South Tower collapsed, 10:07 when Flight 93 crashed into Pennsylvania, and at 10:28 was when the second one collapsed. So please remember those times. A lot of innocent victims died that day, heroes as well. We can't forget them. Let's not forget them. Please take those moments in remembrance of all those that passed.
Coming up on the radio today on the Saturday Spotlight, after the news at 11, we will hear a complete recap of that day in audio. That's coming up at about 11:06. On Delaware 105.9. Okay, thank you so much. Norman Jones, I appreciate it. Here's Jim Weller to tell us about Chick-fil-A, and when we come back, we'll talk about Delaware weather after this.
Hey there, folks. Jim Weller here, and thanks a lot for watching the show. And this is a sponsor segment for No Nonsense Office Machines. My friend Rick Fowler, right there in Georgetown, he'll take good care of you. I bought computers off him. I bought monitors. I've bought laptops and keyboards. I have bought tablets. I have bought many copiers, and I've been extremely happy each and every time with his prices, with his service, and the way he helps hook things up and networks things and does whatever I need done. Rick is a good, honest guy. So if you got something you need worked on, whether you bought it from him or bought it somewhere else, he can help you out. If you need some advice on how to operate one of your devices or get somewhere, or you want to get rid of this program but add that program, maybe he can help you with that too. So whether you're buying, whether you just have questions, whether you need service, No Nonsense Office Machines is a nice, friendly, pleasant place to deal with in Georgetown, just 2 miles east of the Circle, right on Route 9, right next to Sports at the Beach Complex. And Rick will do an honest, fair job for you, whether he's selling, whether he's advising, whether he's helping. You won't be disappointed. Give him a call, 302-856-7381. That's 302-856-7381, NoNonsenseOffice.com on the web. Like him on Facebook, too. And a friend request, Rick Fowler. He'll take good care of you. All right? Also, he's always looking for some more help. If you're looking for a career and you want to learn a little bit about electronics and stuff like that, or you're a salesperson, you want to help sell some stuff, Rick's always looking to add to his team. No Nonsense Office Machines in Georgetown. Check them out. Like their Facebook page. Tell him I sent you. And while you're in the neighborhood, stop in for a free bottle of his new hot sauce, molasses and whiskey hot sauce. He keeps getting new flavors, and he gives them away for free. So stop in and say hi, browse around, and get yourself a bottle of hot sauce. All right, that's it. I'll see you when I see you. Goodbye, everybody. See ya.
Here on Weller Does Delmarva, we have Hunter Outten from TV Delmarva. He is their weather guy, a local weather forecaster on an all-local weather station. Hunter, how did you get started, and tell us about your interest in weather and when it started.
Well, my interest in weather actually came from my grandfather, who was a naval captain in World War II. So when my parents would deliver newspapers for the last 25 years, when I was, a lot younger, I was always had to stay at my grandfather's house so I can get on the school bus and go to school. So he would always have the weather on, every single morning with me, and keeps telling me about, all the crazy weather he experienced in World War II and on the ships and stuff like that. And that just lashed right on to me ever since I was maybe about 3 years old.
And how did you get into the actual weather forecasting world? How did
I
that? Did it start at a young age also?
Yep, it started at a young age. I was doing morning announcement, weather forecast, even in elementary school.
Really?
Yes,
This is
every
amazing.
single afternoon.
And tell us about how that progressed to before TV Delmarva. Did you start putting forecasts on the internet, or tell us how that started?
Yep, I started putting a lot of forecasts on the internet all the way back since about 2005 when I was just a freshman in high school. And they were able to do morning
Were you
announcements.
doing video?
I was doing video, green screen wall, and like everything. We had everything at Indian River High School for doing, like a newscast every single morning. And I would do all of that and just keep continuing to progress even now, 15 years later from that point.
Amazing. Now, you say that you have great forecasting abilities. That your people who follow you find you to be very accurate for this area.
Absolutely.
And why is that?
It's because of all the research. I've done a lot of personal research because I get so frustrated with a lot of natural disasters that could have been easily prevented if people knew well ahead of time. So I was like, something has to be done about this. So I spent the last 12 years developing a long-range forecasting method called the pattern cycle theory, be able to pinpoint natural disaster major weather events as far out as potentially 2 months in advance.
Fascinating. Let me talk a little bit about what you said this morning. You said the false fall.
Yes.
What is a false fall?
Well, false fall is, we're now in the month of September, so we're all thinking about, Halloween and fall time, leaves falling and cooler temperatures, which usually every time of year, like August is usually, the dog days of August. It's hot, humid, and muggy. But then we get these little cool down periods in the month of September usually. We call it false fall because you get, pumpkin spices back at like Starbucks and all. Right. Everyone thinking like time to put all the Halloween decorations up. We have like this morning lows in the 50s, something that we would normally see maybe in later October.
So this was sort of a version of a false fall?
Yeah, this is a version of false fall because beginning next week, especially Monday, we're back at 90 degrees again.
And what do you call that?
That is summer 2.0.
All right.
And then after that, we have actual fall.
What is since you're so good at the long-term forecasting, what are we going to expect over the next couple of months? A typical sort of fall, head into fall, or do you see anything unusual happening?
It's going to be warm for the next at least like 2 weeks from now. There's going to be a large ridge, like a subtropical ridge, and the Bermuda High. I'm sure everyone's really heard about that. But that also increases tropical activity, hurricanes and stuff like that. We're in the dead center peak of hurricane season right now, and we just had Larry that just brought the very, very strong, powerful waves that we're seeing right now. We still have high rip currents today, which is now Larry is moving, it impacted Newfoundland still as a hurricane, and tomorrow is going to be impacting Greenland as a major blizzard.
Wow.
So going from a hurricane
and because
to a
of
blizzard.
that, we have rip currents due to that system.
Yep.
All right, so keep that in mind if you're going in the water. Be careful.
Yeah. Next 2 days after that, things will start getting a lot better with it and a lot safer for the water.
Unguarded beaches too, with rip currents.
Oh,
and everything.
yeah.
So it's something to be aware of, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. What about the rest of the hurricane season? Do you see anything else impacting the eastern seaboard of the United States?
There is definitely going to be another frame, a time frame to worry about. The Gulf Coast area that got devastated by Ida. That's going to be another area of concern later into September. And then we have to watch areas along the East Coast in early October because there's set patterns that recur. Because if you had noticed, just say like of all the severe weather threats and the tornadoes we had been, if you noticed, Wednesdays. Each season has a specific recurring pattern. So that's how I'm able to write on the calendar when to expect what areas to be hit based on just, that cycle that develops every single season.
Do you keep a personal weather journal?
I do.
Where do you go to do a lot of your research that we might not know about? That if there's a weather nerd and I use that term in a nice way, if there's a weather nerd in the listening audience and they want to go where Hunter goes to do research, where would you suggest they go?
A lot of that research is actually completely all self-taught for me. So I'm able to look at the global pattern circulation, something to kind of look at for, if you want to get into long-range forecasting, yes, there is computer models, but sometimes they change. They'll show a hurricane one day and then nothing the next, so it's kind of unreliable. So based on the technology we have, I'll be able to take that a step further, watching the global pattern set up and actually logging them down every single day of how they're monitoring across the northern hemisphere.
Do you have a website?
We do. It's DelmarvaWX.com. A lot of our forecasting stuff is going to be on our Facebook page.
All right.
And as well as, 14.4 on TV Delmarva.
All right. Stick around. We'll be back. We are live today at the Laurel Junction. Weller Does Delmarva. Dan Gaffney in for Jim Weller. And we're talking to Hunter Outten about the weather. We'll hear more from Jim and be right back.
Hey there, folks. It's me again, and this is a sponsor segment for Chick-fil-A. I am so honored and pleased that they are allowing me to help promote their business. And I just want to tell you, there's Chick-fil-A's everywhere. There's one in Milford. I love it. I eat there all the time. Seaford's another one I go to a lot. Millsboro and Rehoboth. There's Camden and there's Salisbury. So they're kind of all over the place, all right? What a great place. So I've enjoyed the delivery side of Chick-fil-A, but don't forget they've got milkshakes, they've got ice cream cones, they've got sandwiches, they got nuggets, they got really good salads. It's all made quick, it's all made fresh. They do a fantastic job of delivering it and getting it ready for you. When you pull up, if there's a line of 20 cars, in 6 or 7 minutes, you're through there. It's amazing how well they run their business, and the food is just as equally as good. So it's called Chick-fil-A. If you've never been, check them out, all right? So don't forget this. September 25th is the last chance you have of 2021. September 25th, 2021, your last chance to get a peach milkshake at Chick-fil-A. So don't miss it. Don't forget it. And tell them I sent you. Well, there's no need to do that. They'll never know. So just go there and enjoy Chick-fil-A, okay? So I'm happy with them. I love dealing with them. I love supporting them, and you will too. Okay? That's it. I'm taking a break. I'm going to go let my hair down. Can you see? I forgot to shave this morning. So I'm going to grow a beard while I'm off. All right? Y'all take care. I'll see you. Thank you. Bye.
Hunter Outten is a storm chaser as well.
Oh, yes,
You've got some stories about that.
Oh, boy. I have been chasing pretty much everywhere in the Mid-Atlantic since I was able to drive when I was 16. And boy, I tell you, I have experienced
what are some just give me a quick highlight. You just did it off the air. Tell me what you've been in.
So I have been inside of 2 tornadoes. The one that hit Laurel back in 2019 is an EF2.
Yeah.
And the other one back in 2014 that impacted the Camden area. Both were accidental, wasn't planned. But let's just say it's definitely an experience to see that. And also in 2014, Lancaster, Pennsylvania, August 14th, I was struck by lightning in my vehicle.
How'd that? Oh, in your vehicle.
I was in my vehicle, but the problem was my arm was out the window.
What happened?
I blacked out for a several amount of times. My car was able to still be running somehow, and I drove 3 hours home.
This is an explanation. Now we know what's wrong with you, Hunter. You were once struck by lightning. You're lucky to be alive, actually.
Yeah,
right?
the car is probably what saved
you.
me. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because if you weren't in the car, it could have been really, really bad.
Oh, yeah, I definitely have the scars on my body to prove that I was struck by lightning, unfortunately.
Unreal. What was scarier, being struck by lightning or in the tornado?
I'm actually more afraid of lightning than I am tornadoes, by far. Because a tornado, you can actually see when it's coming towards you
have
in
a
your
chance
direction.
to get
you
away.
have a chance to get away. Lightning, it's just instant. You don't know when it's going to happen.
Yeah, no way of knowing.
No.
But has that deterred you in storm chasing?
A little bit, yes. I had an event last year, last September in Bridgeville. We had a really nasty storm that went through the Bridgeville area, and lightning, I have never seen lightning that intense in a storm in my life. I huddled in my car, had my camera on the windshield, and just put it holding to the ball because I'm just sitting there having flashbacks. I'm like, I am not touching anything metal. I'm not getting out. I am staying right in here.
Wow. Exit question. Who is your personal favorite weather forecaster that we may know, the general public?
Favorite forecaster?
Do you have one?
That's a good question. I never actually really thought about that.
All right. Well,
mine would have to probably be Jane Spann.
Who is that?
James Spann is the meteorologist down in Alabama for ABC 3340.
Unbelievable. You are a fascinating guy, man. Keep it up. Keep it up. Hunter Outten and his weather forecasting. It was great to meet you today.
Great to meet you too.
All right. We are on Weller Does Delmarva. Don't forget, 20 years ago, 9/11. Who could forget? If you were around during that time, you can't forget. But we'll have a memorial today. The folks are putting this together at the Cheer Center in Georgetown from about 4:30, 5 o'clock on stage. A flyover planned, memorial bell, fire trucks, and other dignitaries will be speaking, and I'll see you there. We are leaving the radio here at Delaware 105.9. Talk to you later. Still on television as well, though. And let's get Colin Walls here for just a moment. Colin, you have a show coming up on TV Delmarva. In just a few moments, a TV Delmarva show. We might have a chance to give you a quick plug.
Yeah, we've got about 20 seconds left. So I don't even remember the name of it, but it's coming home right after here. It's a tribute to 9/11. So,
Absolutely.
Remembering 9/11 and things like that. Hunter's going to count us down over here.
Thank you so much. And
he'll
thank
cue
you,
us.
Jim Weller. Have a great day, everyone.
Ten seconds.
Visit Wellers.com for more details. Thanks for all your help. Bye-bye.
Yeah.